Big 30 might have just opened Pandora's box for the wrong reasons. Check out this motion real quick and what other people are missing. In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Tejas, Dallas Division, United States of America versus Rodney Wright Jr. Defendant Rodney Wright Jr.'s motion to modify conditions of pretrial release to permit local studio recording for employment purposes. To the Honorable Court, Defendant Rodney Wright Jr. respectfully moves this court under 18 U.S.C. 3142C3 to modify and clarify his conditions of pretrial release to permit him to leave his approved residence for local recording studio sessions and directly related music production meetings as part of his lawful employment, subject to advance approval and supervision by pretrial services. This request does not seek to remove home detention, GPS/location monitoring, drug testing, travel restrictions, firearm restrictions, reporting requirements, or no contact conditions. It seeks a controlled employment-specific exception that allows Mr. Wright to work while maintaining full accountability to the court and pretrial services. All that sounds good. It sounds great. It sounds like, yeah, he should be doing it. Except the feds already had described why they didn't even want him out in the first place. You got a million reasons? I'm sure you do. Roll it.
Behind bars. His bond has been revoked in the BIG30 case. New filings this week show that the government believes BIG30, real name Rodney Wright, is a flight risk. And here's why. They say he's on the verge of signing a 7-figure recording deal. The government argues if he has access to all of that money, he'll be able to go on the run, making his proposed $10,000 bond payment irrelevant. BIG30 and BIG30 are 2 of 9 people accused of robbing.
A very important message from our sponsor, Cloak. Most people who sign up for these kind of services only do it to get rid of those calls. Well, Cloak will keep on doing that, getting rid of the spam calls, but I want to take y'all to the personal right there. They dared me to put my freaking number into it. They said, Nash, we only want to sign up if you're going to sign up with us. I'm already a member because they're showing you all of my information from my goddamn dad's name, my mama's name, to my freaking social security number. See, what happens is billions are made from your personal information. This is how we stop people from stealing our stuff. This is how you fight back, by getting signed up with Cloak today. And the reason why you need to do it, not because they're going to give you 30% off, but because you need to. This is important for your personal information. A lot of us sign up for new things every single day. And Cloak, they're going to continue the fight from day and from night. Get Cloak today, get 30% off. You can hit that QR code or you can tap the link in the description. Get Cloak today, man. Thank me later. We know that the feds ultimately lost that. So there's y'all common L that y'all keep taking under this current administration. But here's the biggest thing, right? The feds are saying he can get that $1 million in skedaddle. I'm saying if he's fulfilling the obligations to get the money, they may be wondering about him running. I'm worried about something else because those conditions could have been met with an in-home recording studio. But let's continue reading. Background. Mr. Wright is on pretrial release subject to conditions imposed by the court and supervised by pretrial services. The conditions include a secured $100,000 bond, supervision, reporting, restrictions on travel, surrender of travel documents, no contact with co-defendants and other prohibited persons, firearm restrictions, drug testing, substance abuse conditions as directed, location monitoring, and home detention. The home detention condition restricts Mr. Wright to his approved residence except for approved purposes including employment and other activities approved in advance by pretrial services or the supervising officer. Mr. Wright is employed as a recording artist with Endless Entertainment under the professional name BIG30. His work is not limited to public performances. His regular employment responsibilities include recording sessions, music production, business meetings, publishing and distribution obligations, marketing obligations, promotional obligations, social media obligations, and other legitimate music industry work. See Exhibits A and B attached here too. And those are the contracts that they have. We're not going to be producing those because it really doesn't matter. They're just basically saying he's a good guy, he's a rapper, and we intend to do good business with him. Mr. Wright is expected to have ongoing professional obligations that include delivery of master recordings, music videos, marketing participation, promotional participation, media obligations, and related commercial exploitation activities. These obligations create a need for access to professional recording studios and production personnel in the Memphis area. Shelby County Commissioner has submitted a letter attached hereto as Exhibit C, outlining Rodney Wright's junior participation in civic and community initiatives supporting a positive manner the youth of Memphis and Shelby County, Tennessee. Thus, his track record of providing constructive influence for young people is quite evident and should also justify his continued opportunity to engage in a beneficial manner to the community. Now, some of y'all may believe, man, that shit ain't gonna work. It doesn't do anything. Or I would say, hold on, my frere. Check this shit out. It's the same thing that got Boosie. Well, help Boosie. I won't say the exact same thing. But it's one of the things that allowed Boosie to get probation on his federal gun case. Now, granted, there were no victims. He was the only person with a firearm, and some of you people who didn't read the paperwork, don't worry about it. I got you. Boosie was granted the ability to be on probation anyways for his cop-out with the state, and then the feds picked up the charges. But with BIG30, it's like he has a history of doing all this shit, and then the police speaking for you and all this is a good look. Don't make any bones about it. It's a very good look, but there's one big problem. Let's finish reading this shit, and I'm going to tell you why the issue at hand will stand. Mr. Wright proposes a narrow, verifiable protocol. He will not travel outside the approved geographic area for studio work unless separately authorized. He will provide advance notice to pretrial services, identify the studio address, date, time, purpose, expected participants, transportation plan, and employer contact. He will return directly to his residence after each approved session. Legal standard. The Bail Reform Act requires conditions that are no more restrictive than necessary to reasonably assure the defendant's appearance and the safety of any other person in the community. The statute expressly recognizes employment as a permissible and important release condition. It also permits reasonable restrictions on travel, association, weapon, controlled substances, reporting, curfew, and other conditions necessary to protect the process and the community. Most importantly for this motion, the judicial officer may at any time amend the order to impose additional or different conditions of release. We're going to get into that just momentarily. Don't worry. The argument, the requested modification is consistent with the Bail Reform Act and with the structure of Mr. Wright's existing conditions. The court has already imposed restrictive conditions designed to assure appearance and safety. Mr. Wright does not ask the court to loosen the safeguards. He asks the court to recognize that studio recording is a central part of his lawful employment and to allow pretrial services to approve that activity under strict conditions. The proposed modifications promotes compliance. A clear court order will remove uncertainty about whether studio sessions qualify as employment under the home detention condition while giving pretrial services the information and authority needed to monitor each approved departure. It also protects Mr. Wright's ability to earn lawful income, meet professional obligations, and support his family without compromising the court's control over his movements. Mr. Wright proposes that any studio session be subject to the following safeguards: advance approval, of course, written notice, of course, direct travel from the approved residence to where the hell he's going, full compliance with the GBS stuff, no contact or direct or indirect with co-defendants, so he can't talk to nobody, no guns, no concerts, live performances, promotional appearances, music videos, shoots involving public crowds or clubs or bars or public events, unless separately approved by the court, which means they're going to try to push for that. Authority for pretrial services to deny, limit, shorten, reschedule, or revoke any studio approval if pretrial services determine that the session is consistent with supervision. Safely or the court's conditions. This relief is narrow. It does not authorize general travel, social activity. Basically, he's going to be in the house. Requested relief. Mr. Wright respectfully requests that the court modify his conditions of pretrial release to permit him to leave his approved residence for local recorded studio sessions in directly related music production meetings in the Memphis metropolitan area as part of his lawful employment. There is a huge problem that we're going to talk about right now. The massive problem is what he's going to say. See, one thing for certain, two things for sure. He could have just did the damn NBA YoungBoy thing, but he's not doing that. And that's where he's messing up. See, if they would have pointed to the pretrial conditions of Contrell Gaulden versus the United States of America, that would have been perfectly fine. But because you're trying to get him to travel and all that stuff, the feds will look at this, meaning the lawyers will look at it and go, well, okay, let's say he gets 20 times to record. Well, that 20th time, we get closer to the date, all the pre-trial motions, all this shit. How do we know eventually he won't snip, cut off, and then run? Now, some of you people will say, well, Nash, you're giving the damn fans the idea of whatever the hell. Listen, bro, if you think that they weren't thinking of this, then I'm sorry, I'm a super genius. But it's not even that. What he should have done is say, hey, we want to do an in-home studio with the approval of one person with monitored freaking contact or whatever the hell and all this shit. Or say the easier way, allow him to have a recording studio where he can record himself, then send over the tracks for masters. But before they do that, let the judge approve of the music. This is setting him up to say some stupid shit. It just is. There is no there are no restrictions that he has as far as what he can say. And you guys are basically saying he won't pull a Pusheisty. What's to say that music executives would not want to check up on their quote-unquote product and he decides to hold them hostage and somebody stand in front of the door like freaking Spider-Man holding that damn subway way back when we were kids? This is a reckless, dangerous, freaking motion right here that they're proposing. I don't understand it. I get it, get him out the house and all this crap and everything, but it fails to stop him from running. Their whole entire, meaning the feds, whole entire fight against him getting some damn freaking bond package was that he will sign $1 million deal and run the hell out. It's a terrible motion. They didn't even consider adding that in there. They didn't put a or. When you give the quote-unquote illusion of choice, somebody will pick something. You didn't even grant the damn courts the ability to do that. And I guarantee you, when the feds put emphasis on this shit, it's going to be denied. Because it does not guarantee that he won't cut the damn ankle monitor off. Now, some of you will say, well, Nash, there's no stopping him from cutting the ankle monitor off now. He's sitting at home. And I would tell you, you're absolutely right. But unless they goddamn propose something that can raise more money into the bond to secure him safely, I don't see how this works. They're already being lenient enough already. And it's hard to have one judge say we followed the law and allowing him a bond versus them saying, nah, we're not going to do that. The feds never proved essentially that he was a danger, but they damn sure just let his lawyers walk that dumbass goddamn proposal up. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe y'all see something I didn't see. Maybe you can make a better, I don't want to say argument, but a better statement than I did. But I don't see how. But if you want to step your ass up to the challenge, step your ass up to the challenge. But if you agree with the dopest hood lawyer on YouTube, let them cats know too, because I see problems. But what do you see? But hey, did you see this video right here that YouTube is suppressing? This Jay-Z video? I'm off the train. No more throwing up the rock. I can't do it, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, I had to get rid of Kendrick Lamar too. When you guys become the owners, you're supposed to act like owners, not act like people who still have bosses. Click right here for that video or click right here for the playlist, and I'll catch you on the next one.